What's up, guys? It's Pat coming at you from the Pat Cave again. And today we're going to be talking about Chris Sorensen, who is a friend of mine, a fellow horror author and audiobook narrator. And I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of his books that I've read and some that I'm reading and going to read. So stick around. So Chris Sorensen, I met him and I haven't actually met him, I met him online, I should say, probably 5 years ago when I had released my first book. I remember being a little nervous trying to find, when you're an author and you do a lot of your own stuff, you have to go out and meet contacts, make friends, things I don't really personally like, and it kind of reminds me of college when they're like, oh, you gotta be, pick your group. Like, ugh. Gotta beg them, read my book, give me like a nice little piece of praise that I can put on the front cover. Chris has one himself on the front here. I don't know if you can read that. But yeah, it's basically something that you want to put on your book cover to get other people to want to read it. And usually you want somebody who is reasonably known. In this case, Cemetery Dance, which everybody knows that writes horror books is going to know who that is, the publisher. And Chris was the first person that I had reached out to for a blurb for my very first book, and he was nice enough to do it, and I'll never forget that. It's always stuck with me. It's hard to do. You kind of have to put yourself out there. And, there were people who said no, or I can't, I'm busy right now, which, it's understandable. I've had to say that, to people sometimes too, if you just don't have a minute or you don't think you're going to be the right fit for it. But he was nice enough to blurb my first book. And actually, let me see, I think I have it here. Apparently I'm having a Mandela effect moment. I can't find a copy of it with his blurb on the front of my book. I know I have one though. Either way, I'll try and find a picture and post it on here so you can see. But yeah, that was really nice of him to do. I never forgot it. He is an audiobook narrator and an author of the Messy Man Trilogy. And I've got his first two books here. I don't have the third one. This is The Nightmare Room, and The Hungry Ones was the sequel. And these are really popular haunted house books. They were great, a lot of fun. Chris is actually an audiobook narrator, and this book is about an audiobook narrator being haunted, which is kind of different. I thought it was clever. Especially since that's his line of work, so he knows what he's talking about. New York audiobook narrator Peter Larson and his wife Hannah head to his hometown of Maple City to help Peter's ailing father and to put a recent tragedy behind them. Though a small Midwestern town seems the idyllic place to start afresh, Peter and Hannah will soon learn that evil currents flow beneath its surface. They move into a farmhouse on the outskirts of town, a house purchased by Peter's father at auction and kept secret until now, and start to settle into their new life. But as Peter sets up his recording studio in a small basement room, disturbing things begin to occur. Mysterious voices haunt audio tracks, malevolent shadows creep about the house, and when an insidious presence emerges from the woodwork, Peter must face old demons in order to save his family and himself. Yeah, I read that back when it came out. This book was great, I thought, and it had a lot of high praise from a lot of the different people in the horror community, and it's great. I would definitely recommend checking it out. Check out the whole trilogy. This one was just as good, The Hungry Ones. I haven't had a chance to read the third one yet. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy yet. It's on my list though. And Chris was nice enough to send me his two newest books. This guy's putting out 2 books a year. I can barely release one every year, if that. We got Suckerville and Bee Tornado. These have covers that are pretty similar. I kind of like that he did something different this time around. Suckerville is the one that I've been currently reading. I'm almost finished with it. I've got just a little bit left. And I'll read you the synopsis for that one. J.D. Spears is having a stretch of bad luck His wife left him, the law is on his tail, and to top it all off, blood-sucking leech people are attacking his favorite bar. Together with his buddy Rowdy and the barflies of Dockside Tavern, JD must stop the suckers before they spread their contagion up and down the Mississippi River. And yeah, so far that one kind of has a From Dusk Till Dawn vibe, I would say. So if you've seen that movie, you kind of have an idea what you're in for. A lot of like bar badass type people, lots of blood, violence, guts, jokes. It's really good, kind of well-rounded, fun. Bee Tornado I haven't started yet, but I will read the synopsis for that one as well. Derek Stratton, a widowed storm chaser and huckster, is doing his best to support his daughter. Their lives take a dangerous turn when a colossal tornado releases a swarm of prehistoric bees from the Colorado soil, plunging them into a fight for survival. Derek finds an unexpected partnership with an eccentric bee expert and his sister-in-law, a local cop. Together, they embark on a harrowing race against the clock to rescue Derek's child from the bee tornado. If a tornado wasn't bad enough, throw some bees in there, forget about it. But yeah, I'm excited to see how that one turns out. I'm definitely liking Suckerville so far. Almost done with that too, and I'll include that in my monthly wrap-up next month for this month. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.